Alrighty.
All right.
Welcome.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back to the well, everyone.
It's episode 4.
Episode 4, the big number 4.
Number 4. Tell me 4 of your favorite things.
4 of my favorite things. It's got to be 4, 4, 4,
Four,
and
four.
4.
And then I like being on the golf course and then not yelling 4 and hitting people.
Yep. I mean, someone's got to hit people.
Well, and it's definitely not us.
Yeah,
Not since the last time.
I mean, last time was a little bit wild.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about that on the pod.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we'll just step away from that.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of destroyed the whole course. So that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly.
When you're golfing with chainsaws, shit happens.
Yeah, I was juggling them, and then,
You were just like, guys, we're going to do this on every single course. Every single hole. We're going to come around.
Yep.
We're just going to absolutely destroy the shit.
Yep, absolutely wrecked it.
Do you ever think about the past?
I mean, yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, I think everyone thinks about the past.
So, do you ever think that things are a lot more expensive nowadays?
Yeah, obviously, inflation is a thing, so.
So, inflation, deflation, I don't know the political terms or whatever you liberals want, but what I want to do is play the Price is Right. So,
Heck yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to give you today's value,
Okay.
and then the era that we're going with is in between the 70s and 80s, right?
Okay.
So we have the median price from the 70s and 80s, and then I'm going to give him today's price, and he's going to try to guess what it was in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
So the first thing we have today, fresh eggs. 1 dozen, not a baker's dozen. We have 12 eggs.
Okay, not 13.
Not 13.
Nope.
Not my least favorite number.
Yep.
Today's price, these are some fancy ass eggs, $4.09.
It's pretty decent. And what price? What year am I dating back to?
In between the 70s and 80s.
70s and 80s.
Yes.
Okay. So, average rate of inflation is 3%,
Okay.
annually,
Sure.
give or take.
Bust out your abacus.
So, 3% on, 40 some odd years? 44? Is that since the 80s?
Yeah.
54 to 44, somewhere in there.
44 more.
44 more. We're out here playing more Logic albums. Jesus Christ.
We're in a Logic.
We're in a Logic loop.
Oh, my God.
My guess then would probably be, it's gone up that'd be 300%. So my guess is it had to have been around $1. I'm going to guess 92 cents.
92 cents. The correct answer is 61 cents, which is within the error. I'm giving him 50 cents either plus or minus, right?
Okay.
So if he's in that range, I mean, it's only 50 cents, so it's basically $1. You can be off by kind of $1.
Okay.
You pass.
Okay. Not bad.
Ting! like
Not bad.
little ting. Not bad at all.
Not too
Now, just like you, what about white bread? Today's price
bad. White bread. Okay.
is $1.61 for a loaf of cheap white bread.
Right now it's $1.61.
Yes. Not the fancy ass bread that we buy that is
Yeah, I was
$1,000
gonna say.
per loaf.
Yeah, we buy really expensive bread. Mine's made of gold.
Well, mine's not gold because it's gold crusted. It's not only gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We buy
okay.
different bread.
Yeah, different bread, different time periods.
True.
I'm gonna guess 21 cents.
Holy shit, man. Damn, that was really close. It is
Dang.
0.24, so almost 25 cents. 24 cents, baby.
Dang, we were
Damn,
right
you
there.
almost banked it, bro.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, that was wild.
Another one correct. Now, one of my favorite things, bacon.
'Kay.
Today's price for a pack of bacon, $6.37. What was it back in the 70s and 80s?
Okay. Well, judging off the last couple, basically what I've been doing is it's like, I think for every 10 years, that's like, what is it? Every 10 years is 30%, just
Okay.
about.
Yep.
And then, so for 40 years, it's like 120%.
Sure.
And then for 50 years, it's like 150-ish%, like
Okay.
cheaper,
Yeah.
at least. But I think it's inflation has been a little bit more than that
Mhm.
for some of these. And you said it was $6 and how much?
$6.37 for
Six-
1 pound of bacon.
$6.37.
Yeah.
I am gonna go
Taking the
with.
median.
I'm gonna go with $6.37. That's kind of tough. I'm really feeling around like 172.
172.
172.
Oddly specific answer, but an answer nonetheless. We got no. It's 95 cents.
Jesus.
Bacon was cheap back in the day.
Yeah, clearly
Pigs
it
were
was a lot
flying.
cheaper.
Pigs were flying.
They
First one wrong though.
Yeah, first one out of the zone.
Yeah,
First one out of the zone.
and like barely out of the zone. Also,
yeah, that one
'Cause
was pretty close.
if you would have guessed like a quarter or like maybe 50 cents less, you would have been right in
Yeah.
the.
I wanted to go
zone.
lower with that. I really wanted to go with like $1.20.
yeah.
But I was like, that doesn't seem right. I feel like it was a bit more expensive in the past. But
Yeah, it's actually pretty cheap. 95 cents is pretty dang cheap for a pound of sliced bacon.
Mhm.
Now, what about a round steak? Not a square steak. They get easily confused.
the
So-
square one.
Yeah, so a round piece of steak.
Which what is that, like a sirloin?
I'm assuming it's actually the it's even cheaper than sirloin. It's like actually the round steak. It's like the butt or whatever. It's a butt piece. It's a very tough piece of meat.
Okay, it's a butt beef.
Yeah, it's a little bit of butt beef, as we that used to be my name in high school.
Nice.
But
I was gonna say I could have swore they called you butt beef. It's like, huh?
so today's butt beef is going $8.72. What was
So-
it back in the 70s and 80s?
I mean, if bacon was like 90 something cents,
Yes.
that's like 6 times more expensive than it was.
Yeah.
Like now, it's 6 times more expensive.
Uh-huh.
Can we keep the same like logic going on? Can we go like $1.30? I'm gonna go $1.32.
$1.32. You almost banked it, sir. It was $1.30.
No, what? Oh, I wanted to say $1.30 too.
Dude,
And I was
you
like-
almost did.
I know. I was right there.
That was damn close, man.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that 3 for 4? That's pretty freaking good, man.
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
So, 10 pounds dumbbells or potatoes. We're going to go with potatoes this time. 10 pounds of potatoes. Today's dollars. $6.04.
I feel like potatoes used to be like dirt cheap. I feel like those are one of the ones that have like gone up like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's one where it's gonna be like ridiculously cheap.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna say my guess is 72 cents, but I think it might even be lower.
It's not lower. It's a little bit higher. It's 90
Really?
cents.
Oh dang! I thought that one was gonna be lower.
That's within the margins, though.
It is within the margins.
You're very close on almost all these answers, and you barely missed the other one.
Yeah.
So maybe you were born in like the 70s or 80s.
I mean, like,
Do you just remember this shit?
I'm just tapping in. I'm like, what was it?
What was my parents doing?
No, it's more like when I was time traveling. I'm like,
Oh,
geez.
true.
Yeah, I'm a sentient being, so
Yeah.
can't believe you forgot that.
Well, I didn't forget. I tried to like erase it from my mind. Otherwise, they take you.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess they'll take everyone that's listening to the pod now.
Yep.
Sorry.
100%. Pretty much.
Now, what about a half gallon of milk?
Milk.
Milk.
Let's get the milk.
1 milk, please. Are there any mommy milkers here? Can I get it straight from the tap?
Straight from the top.
In today's dollars, a half gallon is $4.43. This is the median, by the way.
Wait.
So today's dollars are $4.43 for a half gallon of milk. You're trying to guess the
Am I
70s and 80s. price.
I'm guessing half gallon. Okay, for a second I thought I was guessing a gallon.
Nope, 1/2.
Okay.
Half of that.
1/2.
Yeah, I can cut the milk up in half for you, but it's going to cost you a little bit extra.
Might have to samurai it. Okay. Half a gallon is
43.
4.43.
Which also seems a little bit ridiculous to me, but
That
hey,
seems,
man.
That seems like another one that used to be really, really cheap.
Yeah.
That's one I'm feeling like, I'm guessing like 45 cents.
Oh. A little bit more expensive than that. 66 cents.
Okay.
But still within
21,
the margin.
21 cents off.
21.
21.
That is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That
I
is
was
very
going to say,
good.
I'm surprised it wasn't a little bit cheaper, honestly.
True.
Because, like, I don't know. I feel like I always hear stories from my parents, or at least my dad, talking about, like, how cheap milk was. But
We all sit around the campfire and we're all just like, damn, milk used to be so freaking cheap, man.
yeah, for real.
Oh, my goodness. Man,
Well, I feel like
America used to be so much better back then.
I feel like that's just one of those ones where, like, older people typically go to when they talk about, like, the price of things.
Yeah.
That and, like, cars.
Well, and I always say, is the price right?
Yeah.
And right now, the price has been right a lot.
Yeah. Maybe we just picked a bad gauge. Because if things are like 40 cents and you're off by like 50 cents, like
True. Let's change the margins to a quarter each way.
Yeah, we'll
So
go
change
quarter.
it to 50 cents in general, plus or minus.
If it's like above something that's like $20, then I think that's good.
Yeah.
But once you get like below like $10 or below even like maybe even like 8 to 9,
yeah.
then it's like more like 25.
well, and
'Cause
the problem with me is I always want to like lift you up, and I always want
Yeah.
to like have you do better, but really I should be harsher
Yeah.
as the game
Honestly,
show host because like
yeah.
I think right now net I'm up $20,000,
Yeah.
and we need to get you there
Yeah, I'm
because you have
kind
been
of broke.
lacking.
I've been
Dude.
paying you out.
Well, I'm just glad you said it because you have been talking broke for the last little bit
Yeah,
here.
I know, for real. I haven't been on my Benjamin grind. So,
Somebody call Ben.
yep.
I
him up.
am gonna do 4 more. You have 4 chances.
Oh. I'm like, wait, 4 more. I'm like, wait, what? What is 4 more? What does that mean?
So 4 more, and we're gonna go with cantaloupe. In today's dollars, $5.97. How much was a fruit back in the 70s and 80s before they knew what
Huh.
fruit was?
Yep. I feel like this might have been weirdly like a bit on the spendier side.
Okay.
Like it's not, obviously it definitely is cheaper than it is now, but it's like in comparison to like other things, like this maybe wasn't as readily available. So I'm gonna say like $1.24.
Holy smokes! We got 89 cents. You're gonna be wrong on that one.
Dang.
You're
I thought it was gonna
wrong.
be something that'd be more expensive. I don't know why.
Cantaloupe typically, as a person who didn't live in that era,
Yeah. Just as someone who did not live in that era.
as somebody who definitely has no idea if it was actually this price at all, because, dude, I'd be looking at these prices because it's the median of like the United States, right? So like that's the all of it together. So like I can't use my sample size of like the state I live in and be like, oh yeah, food is like this much because it's just whatever. The United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
So even I'm looking at these prices and I'm kind of like, dude, like the half gallon of milk, like I just bought milk and like that bitch was not like $4. That
Right.
bitch was like $2. So like even I'm kind of like,
Yeah, I mean it's probably balancing that out with like New York and California.
yeah,
So
true. How about Heinz ketchup? Today's dollars, $1.28. And this is actually the opposite of what I was thinking because this one seems cheaper than what it actually is. But that's my humble opinion.
like right now.
Right now.
Maybe it's basing it off a different like size of the bottle.
Yeah, it's just ketchup packets.
Yeah.
And you get those fuckers for free.
Yeah, you just go around looting like McDonald's and like fast food places and you take all of their small little ketchup packets.
Dude, you so could do that.
Yeah.
We so could do that. Oh my goodness. What are we doing?
Well, you're paying for it.
Dude, Honestly, I'm pretty sure you could go to Chick-fil-A and be like, give me 1 billion sauces, and they'd be like, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, bro, I work minimum wage. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. Like,
For real. If it was like $1 something, I mean, compared to everything else,
$1.28.
it's got to be way cheap. This has got to be like 28 cents.
19. Within the margins. 19 cents
Split the uprights, baby.
for a thing of Heinz ketchup.
We split the uprights like we're at Heinz Field.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. How about a car? What would you think of that? The median price of a car in 1970 versus today's, which is $48,759.
My guess is because this is where like maybe that number widens out, because if I'm off by 50 cents here, that's a pretty close guess.
Yeah, now we'll go with if like you're in a plus or minus $1,000 or like $500.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be total $1,000.
So right now it's like 40 grand. Jesus.
Yeah, it's basically 50 because it's 48,000.
Jesus.
But back in the day in 1970,
I'm gonna guess a weird number.
Tell me.
I'm getting 6,893.
93.
6,893.
That is a very oddly specific number because it's exactly wrong. It's actually
It's exactly wrong.
it's exactly wrong. It is 3,440
Okay.
$50.
So yeah, I was like half off. So the price
that's
of
so
a car
cheap.
is over 10x in that time period.
Oh yeah.
That's kind
100p.
of crazy.
Isn't it?
That's kind of crazy.
Do cars
Over-
last longer? Are cars better?
I mean, I'd imagine they probably are.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know. There's definitely a lot of people who still have really like nice, like older vehicles, but I don't
Yeah.
think they can take on as many miles. But I don't know. I'm not a super deep car dude.
And then I maybe should have expressed it even more, but it was 1970s price. So if you were thinking 80s, you might have been
Oh.
spot on.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that was even longer. What was that? 50?
That's 50 years.
Basically 55,
Yeah,
which is pretty nuts.
yeah. It
Because
is.
like, dude, I think we're like, what, 47? Like we can't even go back that far.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm like at least 40.
Well, I'm like infinite. So,
Yeah.
what about the median house? So the median house
Ooh.
in 2024, $441,000.
Yep.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's one paycheck for us, but that's a
Yeah.
lot of people's like
For
bank
like
account.
most people, it is like a lot of money. But for me, I'm built different. So
Oh, I guess I'm not, but
yeah. I mean, that's like it's like a week's work,
yeah.
maybe. I mean, maybe like a couple days.
Well, I was thinking like a couple hours, but sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you always switch it up. It's like, oh, he has such a limited mindset. Like, oh my gosh, this guy
jeez.
can't even imagine making this much money. But here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I just guess my mindset is pretty limited. So, I'm gonna guess.
The median house in
What year?
in 1970.
Oh, this is
In-
70s.
It is the 70s.
Okay, 50 years ago.
Think of drugs. Think of hippies.
Yeah. So
I don't know what
yeah,
else they did.
basically before my parents were like born, practically. I mean, my dad was one,
Damn.
my mom was born. So
Jason Bourne.
and my mom was Jason. My mom's Jason Bourne.
Jesus, it's Jason. Born Christ, it's Jesus born.
Oh, I need to beat myself up after that one. I need to punch myself in the head.
Oh, please.
My guess is going to be, I feel like it's going to be something ridiculous because it's definitely, I think it's over, the price of homes have over 10x'd in the period.
Also,
is my
they've gone
guess.
down recently. So, like, we're taking the meeting of the beginning of the year when we had all the data.
Yep. Okay.
Data.
So my guess is, I'm going to guess 28,342.
So I'm still giving you the wide berth of 500 or like 1,000 plus or minus, but it still wouldn't help you.
Dang.
It's $23,400 or $23,400, which is like
Wow,
insanely
that's-
cheap, bro.
yeah,
We should
that
have
is.
just been born then.
Dude, what am I doing?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Just living.
literally it's in 50 years the price of a home is 20x.
God, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I think that just goes into how much like I think like back then, you know, people used to like primarily live in homes. Like for like
People don't live in homes anymore.
I mean they
It's
do
a hot take.
they do live in homes. People still live in homes.
Dude, have you seen all the
It's just-
YouTubers living in cars?
They do. Part of that is just a part of the times, but it's more of like I guess like it was like whoever bought a home used to like live in the home. Now it's like someone buys a home and it's like let's go rent it out to someone.
Yeah, true.
It's more of like a business
Yeah.
than it is like a hey, yeah, the guy who buys this is going to go live in it. It's more like, yeah, how can I make money off this thing?
How can I make money? I mean, that's one of
Gosh.
the way that we make millions of
We gotta
dollars
fi-
every single year.
We got to find a way to make money out this thing.
I'm trying to diversify my income. So
Yes.
I'm already in Feastables, chocolate. Now I'm making kids' toys. And now I'm renting out houses. Oh my goodness. Well,
Was that all of them?
yeah, that was all
Oh.
of them.
Cool. I
Um,
think I did all right. I think I
you
did fair.
great. I think
I
the
did
first
fair.
half you did super good, and then I kind of set it up in the way that you would probably fall because the margins got so ridiculous at the end,
Mm-hmm.
or even if you were off by like $1,000, like guessing from 400, like from $5 to like 60 cents versus 440,000 to like 20 something thousand. Like there's just so much more
Right.
room for error. So I kind of thought you were gonna flop on the last ones, and you know, as a mastermind does, I win.
Yep.
But you also won.
Yep. We also win.
We're all
So,
winners here
Yep.
in
Cool.
the game of life.
Well, do we want to hop over to next bit? Next thing?
One more bit, and I'm still the host.
You're going to host this one?
It's Alex's host episode.
Alex is doing the hosting.
Alex's host episode.
Episode.
Bum, bum.
Episode.
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 I am going to host 20 words or less.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Can he do it? Can I give him good enough hints so he
Let's
can
see.
actually get there?
Let's hear it.
So,
Let's start.
my first word will be phone.
Phone.
Actually, I'm going to do 2 words.
Phone.
Phone company.
Phone company. Okay. Let's go. Android.
Eh.
Damn it.
My
Okay.
word to help you out will be fruit.
Okay. Apple.
Apple.
Okay.
Ding. Got number 1. I'm going to also use 2 words again. Twitter logo.
Bird.
Bing. Another one.
Okay.
Easy.
We're cooking.
I can't use things in the room because I have to say
No.
words.
Yeah. Say words.
Let's go with
Words.
another
words.
2-worder. I'm going to say not white.
Black.
Yes.
Okay.
yes. I think we're at
We're at 7.
7?
Yes, we're at 7.
Heck yeah, dude. Oh man, how the heck am I gonna get here?
You gotta just drive it.
I do have to drive, and I am driving right now, as everyone else who is listening should be.
Yep.
Let's go. This might be a stretch, but I'm gonna say this is one word: cock-a-doodle-doo.
Chicken.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bet. Dang, yo, you're giving some. Bet. You're giving good ones.
Not down.
Up.
Yes.
Okay.
This one is gonna be a fun little plug for me. JD the.
So that's like a couple words.
Oh, well, JD is one, right? Because that's a name.
Yeah.
And then the,
Yep.
so it's 2 words.
Okay.
And then I need you to say the next
So
word.
camera.
Yes. It is camera is the word.
Okay.
Guy would be funny.
Yep.
And then
Guy.
the last word,
Dang,
Heinz.
we're cooking.
Yes, sir.
Mustard.
Red.
Huh. I wonder if it's the obvious one.
What could it be?
It's got to be relish.
Do you like to flop at the end zone?
Yeah, we're gonna flop. We're at like 11 words, maybe 12.
Dude,
I'm gonna
feel
see
like
if I
we're
can get to
absolutely
19.
Cooking. And you're just gonna mess with me?
Yeah. Just
slow down.
red.
Camera equipment, you fucking dick. Think hard and long about your answer.
I don't know how many words I have left.
I don't think you have that many.
I've got like
Oh, you have one word left? You
Like-
have to guess it.
no, you're right. So I have one word left, but how many words before 20? Because we're at like 14,
Yes.
maybe like 15.
Yeah.
So
you want to just keep... Dude, just please guess
I
my
mean-
word. Just guess my word.
is it the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Jesus Christ. Salty tomatoes.
Salty and tomatoes makes like we're at like 17 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
Salty tomatoes. It's got to be hamburger.
Sugary.
I'm gonna assume we're at 19.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say if it's sugary, then
Salty tomatoes, Heinz. Not mustard. What could it be? God, audience, can you help this absolute dumbass out? Can we?
it's gotta be ketchup.
Ketchup. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Do we think he wasn't going to get there? Because sometimes I don't think he will.
Yeah, I was.
Hell yeah, brother.
Sorry, guys. I'm not the smartest guy, but
No, but he is my camera guy.
Speaking of people who, maybe some people would think they're smart, but personally, I think they just say obvious things,
Okay.
and then they're kind of like douchebags.
Oh,
In my
douchebag
opinion.
obvious guys.
Yeah, douchebag obvious guys. We're gonna react to some videos from hustle culture,
Yes.
like the Gary V wannabe entrepreneurial type dudes who give cringe advice to people,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just gonna look at some of it,
Yeah.
and we'll just kind of comment on it.
Sure.
So
That sounds fun to me.
let's take a
If
peek
you're
here.
listening on audio, I'd maybe switch over to YouTube right quick.
We'll
Just maybe check it out.
we'll edit it in.
Heck yeah.
Well, if you want to see the video, definitely go over to YouTube.
Yeah.
See the video, but we'll edit the audio in so that way you guys are able to hear it.
Awesome.
But yeah, this first guy, his name is Chris Crone, maybe Chris Bozo.
You guys are more familiar with this than me.
So, give me a second.
Kids how to start a
Let it
vending
start
machine
playing
business.
here.
I told them a vending machine costs $2,000. It costs $200 to restock the vending machine every week. So the first thing that you need to do, you got to earn $2,000. Dad, how am I
Alright,
going to do
earn
that?
2K.
Do all of these
Yep.
projects at home, and you can earn the $2,000 plus the $200 of food
Okay.
that you're going to stock it with. Okay, Dad, what's the next thing I do? You're going
Okay.
to every week
Okay.
put $200
Oh,
of food in it,
he's
and
talking
people are
about
going to
having
buy
his
that food
kids
for
start a business.
$400.
Okay.
What's
I was
your
kinda
profit?
confused.
There's $200 left over. I said, great. Now that's called profit. You do that every
That's
single
called
week.
profit.
How much are you going to make in a month? That's $800.
Okay.
If you pay $2,000 for the vending machine, how long will it take to pay it off? Dad, it'll take about 2.5 months and the vending machine will be paid off. I said, good. Now you have a business that is free
Okay.
and clear. What should you do with your next profit? Dad, buy more vending machines. Here's what my
I
kids
mean,
learned.
real quick,
Tell me.
my thought is are they just magically make vending machines? Do they just magically make money or something? Or
Yeah, they magically make money.
oh,
They're
they
like
do.
money
Okay.
printers.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense because I was kind of confused. I'm like, okay, I didn't realize you could buy a vending machine and it just prints money.
Dude,
Like, damn.
I love I mean, we can dive into it a little bit later, but I love how generic this is.
Yeah. Oh,
Because every single vending machine makes $400, $800 in profit every single time.
Right.
My dick.
yeah,
No
right?
fucking way.
Right. There's got to be some that definitely do like better, and then there's other ones that do worse.
With everything in life, yeah.
Right.
My God.
Obviously, we'll let it continue here.
Basically bought them into a business that was all paid for inside of a year. Now they're making more money than the average adult in America. I taught my kids how to start a vending machine business. I told them,
Okay, that's where it
Wow.
restarts. So yeah, he's talking about teaching his kids like, okay, there's so much more stuff that he just doesn't go over.
Maintenance.
Like, maintenance. Also like the fact of like you need to find a place to actually put these things, and like not only that, but like, dude, like any place out there that potentially could have one probably already has one.
Yeah, you can't just start buying vending, like, you can't go up to your local vending machine and then wait until the guy restocks it and be like, oh, excuse me, sir, this very profitable vending machine that I use, may I purchase it?
Right.
It's not how it works.
Yeah. At that point, it's just kind of like, your kid. Yeah, let's say your kid can just find the perfect spot to do one. Like, doubtful. Especially like a kid. Like, not only that, but the kid can't even like, what, a kid just has $2,000 laying around?
Well, yeah, dude, their weekly allowance is usually $2,000.
I forget that. I forget that's what happens when you come from these like rich entrepreneur guys, is you get like you get an allowance, or like as they call it, for their tax purposes, they're paying their children as employees.
Oh my God, isn't that actually a real thing?
That's literally a real thing.
Yeah, dude.
They'll literally be like, they're my employee.
Dude, this is a slight side note, but it's very connected. I was listening to Dave Ramsey, and some guy called in asking, he was like, I was talking to my financial guy, and he was telling me that I can, I can hire my kid and use them as like a tax write-off. And then Dave Ramsey was like, don't do that. That's illegal. If they're not doing work, you can't just hire them as an employee.
For
and
real.
I was like, dude. But the moral of the story is everyone out there can buy a vending machine, and it always makes money.
Right? Yeah, it always makes money.
Well, it's never not.
You know what's even a better business for children?
Slavery.
I was going to say selling drugs.
Damn, we were both terrible. Jeez. Oh, my goodness.
Both would make for great side hustles.
Well, mine doesn't. Mine doesn't at all. Mine's the opposite of a side hustle.
Not necessarily a good side hustle, but
No.
Let's continue. Let's watch another video from this guy. Why don't we?
Yeah, why not?
He's gonna talk about his morning
at
routine.
4 a.m. From 4 to 4:20.
4 a.m.
I do a book on double speed, so I'm listening.
Book on double
At 4:20,
speed.
I'm on the treadmill with
course.
my wife, and we're doing an active meditation together for 40 minutes. It includes
You know,
activity
the meditation
where
on the
we're
treadmill.
Basically
Yep.
aligning the pharmacy of the body
sense.
to dopamine the mind by gratitude, serotonin in the brain, and then we shift into Mind Palace, which is 20 minutes of
My Mind
co-creating
Palace?
The
best
Mind
bodies.
Palace,
5 o'clock,
how
we
could
then
we
hit the weights.
forget?
That
The
hours
fuck
between
is a
5 and
Mind
7.
Palace?
Dude, how could we forget about the Mind Palace? Like, we gotta spend time in our Mind Palace.
Can you explain the Mind Palace to somebody who's not in the Mind Palace?
Like, my Mind Palace is like, has like a billion mansions in it. Like,
Okay.
kind of like I was mentioning the other day about how like, what is it? Where
The micro days?
Yeah, like the micro days. My
Yeah.
Mind Palace. I kind of have like little micro days inside of the micro days,
Ah.
inside of the micro minutes,
Oh,
inside of the
shit.
micro seconds. Because like every second for me is a day, but every second inside of a second is 3 days.
Jesus.
So when it comes to this Chris guy,
Chris Crones.
Chris Kramascom,
Chris Stapleton. We got fucking
Chris Bishop.
shibida.
When it comes to this guy, I'm definitely outworking him
oh, obviously.
for sure.
You're having how many micro days in your day?
Thousands
Oh my God.
of micro days.
Guys, we're turning this pod into the Hustlers podcast.
Yeah.
If you're not about your money up, at least get your funny up. And if you're not about your funny, I don't know, lose.
L.
Stay losing, losers.
Stay losing. Let's continue.
And then between 7 and 8, that's
So 7
my
and
time
8,
with my wife.
my
Between
wife.
8 and 9 is an hour with our
Nice.
kids. After we shower and get
He's gotta-
ready,
he's
we're
gotta
doing
leave an hour to
breakfast and life
fuck.
lessons.
Modest
By 9
man.
a.m., the day technically hasn't started yet, but everything that was important to me is done.
What time do you go to bed?
Monday through Friday, I'm good with
So his day hasn't.
4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Dude, 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Psychopath.
This guy also
that.
says he's 4 to 5 hours of sleep. He also earlier said that he gets up at 4 a.m.
So
But-
he's going to bed at midnight.
So, like,
11 midnight.
he says that by 9 a.m., he's already, like, the day technically hasn't started. But he's already been up for 5 hours. But somehow the day hasn't started yet.
Ah.
And, of course, it hasn't started. Like,
Well, obviously.
you, like, if you're up for 5 hours and
Yeah.
it's the next, like, calendar day,
Mhm.
it's not really the next calendar day. Because actually, if you go somewhere else in the world, it's a totally different day and it's a totally different time. So, like, really, if you think about it, he's actually so far behind. Because, for example, if you live in the United States, but you're talking to someone who's in, like, the Philippines,
Yeah.
they're, like, a day ahead of you.
God.
And you're like a day early, like, so
Bro.
you're like so much like further, like you have so much more knowledge than they do, just because you're like a day behind. Like you're like, I have all this more time than he does.
It God, how did I say dumb as fuck without saying that? God, it's so stupid. Let's continue watching this.
But
Monday through Friday, I'm good with 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So often it's 11 or midnight. Saturday, I sleep in generally till like 5:30 or 6. And
Oh,
Sunday, I'll
sleep
sleep
in.
until
Of
9 or
course.
10. And then Monday, I'm refreshed and my body's good to go.
sure,
Of
dude,
course.
yeah,
Naturally.
yeah. Naturally, you only need like 4 hours of sleep a night. Honestly,
Oh my God.
I actually don't even sleep.
Oh, true. Because you have so many micro days. How would you fit in sleep?
Yeah, exactly. I just don't have time for it. I'm just like tweaking the whole time. I'm like, ah.
I'm doing drugs. Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
I do like that he like him and his wife get an hour to have sex every day.
Have sex every single day.
Yeah, periods don't exist in his world.
No, hell no.
He's
Are you
an
kidding me?
alpha.
Yeah, you think he's gonna allow his wife to have
Yeah.
a period? Yeah,
For
no
real.
way.
Yeah, he never has that. So
My general opinion of this guy is that it's kind of like, God, who else does this? Where they say things that are like kind of common sense, but like if you just take one step back, you're like, I just feel like you're not doing this shit, man.
yeah,
Like
he's also very fluent in Japanese.
Japanese.
He
Yep.
knows how to speak the yap. He definitely knows how to yap.
Hey, that's what we're good at.
Yeah, true. Honestly, kind of. Yeah,
We definitely love the yap.
yeah. We do just say some random things. So
I'm feeling like one more video.
yeah, we'll do one more video and then yeah.
And then I got another segment for you.
Yep. Cool. Let's check out another one from this guy.
Mr.
From
Chris
Mr.
Crohn's
Chris.
disease.
Yeah, Mr. Chris Crohn's disease.
So I promised my wife that I would never look at other women.
Why did you tell
Oh.
me that?
Because
Sick.
Jesus says
Yep.
that when you look
Ah,
at another
religion.
person and lust
Gotcha.
after them, it's no different than infidelity.
bring up the
and I think what it
religion.
means is that's where infidelity
timeless
starts.
classic.
If I'm capable of entertaining it in my mind, then eventually that could become the gateway to experiencing it in the real world. Because what's the harm in just a
Okay.
little look? Well,
What's the harm in just a little look? Like,
Looking at women in general in a relationship.
what's the harm of looking
I-
at women?
I
mean,
think
like,
it's very much of intentions,
yeah.
right?
Babe, like, I'm just having sex with her. That's all I'm doing.
I'm just doing that.
I'm only having sex with her.
So
okay?
you
Is
don't
that
want me to
alright?
chase my dreams.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
You don't want, like, wife. You're stopping me from finding my girlfriend, okay?
You're trying to stop me from finding the love of my life.
Stop.
Stop doing that.
what's the harm in a lot of looks? You want to play that game if it risks everything. Do you know how many people I've met in masterminds, rich dudes that are living brokenhearted, and at the end of the day, it always came down to divorce, and divorce often came from infidelity. I've got friends that are girls, but because I haven't trained them,
Yeah. Okay, dude.
I'm sure you do.
Sure.
And I'm
yeah.
sure you treat them the same as every other employee.
I'm sure you do have friends that are women. Right. Sure.
We definitely believe it.
this dopamine hit to want to look or have some type of addiction where I need to connect that way, it means that it's safe. Like I can create a safe space for women to where we can be friends and we can connect and everything's copacetic.
I feel so prioritized. I feel so honored. I feel like our
So
marriage vows
prioritized.
are the most important thing in the world.
Like, just based off the previous videos, like, I just feel like it's Cap. Like, he's just, like, lying here.
Yeah, it
Like-
would be super funny if it came out that he cheated.
Yeah, like it just wouldn't surprise me if he's just like
No.
totally capping, like just completely lying. Because I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like I think what he says is like good stuff, but like I'm like, yeah, dude, I've watched enough of your content to this feels like bullshit.
Yeah, as somebody who's unfamiliar with this guy, I also feel like it's Japanese.
Yeah,
He's probably fluid in both.
Mhm.
He may be he might be bilingual or multilingual.
yep. Yeah,
Um,
I just think it's funny that he's like, there's just like the small little cut of I have friends that are girls, and then
I have
like,
friends that are
it cuts-
girls. Guys, I could get pussy all the
Guys,
time, but I just
guys.
decide not to. So
Yeah,
I erase that part of my brain because I don't want to think about it.
I swear, I have friends that are girls, guys. Quit saying that I don't.
So, to bring it to a real, like, actual take on this, I do think there's a nugget of, like, truth here. And it's all about, like, your actual, like, what your intentions are with women, right? Because if you are looking at a bunch of women and you're intending on, like, oh, yeah, I want to, like, sleep with this lady, then sure.
Sleep
Like-
with her.
Jesus. No. Unless you want to, but like, I don't know. God. You ever like start on a real thought and then you just get derailed? But I think that if your intention is to sleep with somebody, also like, just break up with your partner at that point. If you're ever thinking of cheating on them, you know, bring that up in your relationship and then it will end quickly. It's a surefire way to, you know, upset your partner. Mm-hmm. But the part that I think is absolute bullshit is to be like, yeah, I don't look at women because it's just impossible. They're everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying I look at women to like, I'm going to try to sleep with every girl, but what I'm trying to say is like, you're inevitably going to look at women. Like, it's just impossible.
Right. Well, also, it's kind of like, what kind of woman is like, you can't look at any other woman? Like, that just sounds like the most insecure chick ever, where it's just like, oh, great, I have to be on monitor 24/7 when I'm around women. I can't have conversations with anyone.
Well, like, imagine, I would never do this, but like, you're hanging out with your like girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, and they're just staring at somebody of the opposite sex, just like obviously checking them out. It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's not something that you should do.
Right.
But like, to just like put that on yourself and be like, I cannot look at women ever. It's just like,
can't.
it's kind of crazy. And then it's just not realistic because like, you should be able to have a realistic like talk with your girlfriend of like maybe a celebrity crush and you're like, oh, I just think they're really attractive. Like, I like their vibe. Like, you should be able to be comfortable with yourself and with her to be realistic about these things. You know, like, they're not just blobs of people that don't have any emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone is entitled to their opinion. And, like, I don't know. I find you attractive.
I mean, I find all the homies attractive. So,
Well,
like,
yeah.
I mean, like, we just kind of do that, you know?
Yeah. And then we
We just kind of, like, meddle around with, like,
Give a little
fucking and
at
whatnot.
night.
So, give a little kiss.
a little
Little
fuck.
smooch. I mean, we were talking to other podcasts about how we sleep in the same bed. Like,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah.
I mean, what did people think? What did they think that was a bit? That was
Beds
this-
are expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like,
Trying to
I
save
don't
on
want
money.
to buy another one.
I'm just like,
Sorry. But no, I know we make out and kiss and like all that stuff, but like, you know, but it ends there.
yeah.
And then we both always sleep with girls.
see, we make out and kiss,
Yeah.
but we're still straight.
Yeah.
So,
Obviously.
duh, that doesn't make us like gay.
Gay. I don't even know what that word means.
So, like, yeah,
So it probably doesn't.
Yep.
But who knows?
yep,
The homies stay the homies and we'll leave it there.
yep. With that, we'll head into dad jokes.
So we're trying to make each other laugh on this one.
Yep.
I have 5 dad jokes. He has 5 dad jokes. I will start my dad joke.
Okay.
Did you hear the rumor about butter?
Nope.
Well, I'm not going to spread it.
Nice. It's pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's pretty good. I'll give that one that one was like out of 5. I'll give it like a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5?
Give it like a 3 out of
I'll
5.
take
I got a
that.
smirk.
Okay.
Got a smirk.
Sure.
Got a smirk.
We're still alive in the competition. Now, would you like to say your dad jokes, or would you like me to run through all of mine?
I guess I can go on mine.
Okay.
So, my boss said, dress up for the job you want, not the job you have. So I went as Batman.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'll also give that a 3 out of 5. It made me smirk, but no chuckles. I'm not a chuckle little bear right now. So my friend says to me, "What rhymes with orange?" And I told him, "No, it doesn't." What does not, in fact, rhyme with orange?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm going to
Thank
give
you.
that. I feel like that's going to get a 4.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's going to get a 4 out of 5.
So
'cause
a
that's
5
pretty
is
funny.
like-
That's
5
pretty good.
5's like chuckling, like openly, like laughing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll give that like a 4.
Okay.
Because yeah, I think a 5 is like openly laughing, like instantly, like
Frame
so-
1.
frame 1. So,
Okay.
so can a frog jump higher than a house?
No.
Well, I mean, yeah, it can because houses can't jump.
I'm gonna I'm gonna give that a 3.5 because I didn't openly bust a gut, but that was pretty good.
Yeah,
I like
it
that
wasn't-
one.
It wasn't too bad. It
I
was
like
a
that
decent
one. Can February March? No, but April May. Snaps, snaps, everyone.
That's
Like
what that
we're
one
reading
gets.
fucking poetry.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one a 3. I'm gonna
Okay.
give that one a 3. It's pretty clever. It's pretty funny.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give that one a 3.
A little calendar humor.
I made a song about a tortilla once.
Okay.
Actually, it's kind of more like a rap.
That's what I would tell my dad. I love that one. I'm gonna give that a 4. I like
one's-
that.
That one's good.
I do like that.
I like that one a lot.
Maybe, dude, that might straight blow over my dad's head. Like rap. What is rap? Is that music you always listen to? What all that? Is that what that Logic guy?
Is that what that Logic guy is making?
He's just so touching,
And biracial.
dude. I don't know why Logic gets it. He's just like the funniest fucking guy. He's just a goofy ass rapper. My hotel tried to charge me $10 extra for air conditioning. That wasn't very cool.
You're right. That wasn't. Not very cool. I'll give that one like a. That one's like. I'm gonna give that one a 4. I'm
Oh,
gonna give
hell
that one
yeah.
A 4. I'm personally not going on half, so I'm gonna just
Okay.
give that one a flat 4.
Sure.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
how many apples grow on an apple tree?
Not a clue.
Trick question. All apples grow on apple trees.
Holy shit. I'll give that a 3. I like that, but I don't think I would tell my father that one.
Yeah.
So imagine if you walked into a bar and there was a long line of people waiting to take a swing at you. That's the punchline.
Nice. That's clever.
It's a thinker.
That's
It's a
clever.
thinker.
That's clever. I'm gonna give that one a 3. It's clever.
Thank you.
It's not quite a smirker, but it's pretty clever. It's pretty clever.
Sure.
So,
No 5 out of 5s. Kind of failed. Sorry, guys.
how much does a chimney cost?
A bootleg Fruit Loop.
Nope. Nothing. It's on the house. Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, that
I
one's
like
pretty
that
good.
one.
That one's pretty good.
I like halves. I'm gonna give that a 3.5.
Yeah.
I like a 3.5 on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of really good ones. Like none that were like burst out laughing, but I think that's just kind of like a lot of dad jokes.
That's dad jokes in general, man. We can't be walking into this bit thinking like,
Yeah.
yo, we're about to discover new comedy right
Yeah,
now.
we're about to have the best dad joke ever.
Ever.
Ever. I mean, like, I think the best, like, kind of dad joke I had one time, it was completely unintentional.
Tell me.
This was while I was in college. I went to school for graphic design work, and we had to redesign, like, a big company's logo.
Yeah.
And I did National Geographic. And it's a rectangle, but instead I made it circle. And they
Okay.
were like, well, what made you think that? I was like, I don't know. I was just kind of like thinking out of the box.
Wow.
And I didn't even like, it didn't even like it was completely unintentional. And like, I was just kind of like, I kind of like stopped there for a second. And I was just kind of like, did I really just say that? And this was completely like in front of everyone in the class too.
Dude, that's solid.
It was really good.
Dude, I dad joked my dad.
Yeah.
My dad texted me. He texted me a bunch of hail and like a bunch of car damage, right? Mm-hmm. And then he was like, "Yeah, it was so bad that the power turned off."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Well, I bet you can't turn her on again." and my dad just texted me back, and he was like, "Why do you do this?
That's pretty good.
Why would you do this to me?"
That's pretty good.
Dude.
Heck yeah. Well, that's been it. That's all for the well.
That has been all for episode 4, baby.
Big number fours,
4
baby.
times. Eventually,
Yep.
we'll get
four.
all of these.
Yeah, eventually we'll fill our hands up. But
And then eventually, we'll have 44 more.
yep, we will have 44 more.
Thank you for listening.
Yep, thank
Follow
you for
us on
listening.
any of the social medias you preferred.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify, Apple, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah, Facebook. That's the other one, I guess.
Yeah,
It's
Bookface.
really the other one. So,
Dude, it really is the other one.
it's the other
Oh, my
one.
God. Okay, boomer. Peace.
Peace.